Hello, everyone. Welcome to the TONMO Octo podcast. I'm here with my wife, Tania, and this is a crossover episode. We're going to do some cephalopod news, and we're also going to do a reading from your SoulFinding channel.
Yes, that's
so this
right.
is also because Tania has a YouTube channel, and so we said let's combine forces. We'll knock out one video and get it out to all of our many subscribers.
A little fun along the way. That's the plan.
A little fun along the way. I'm going to start with some news stories, which Tania has not previewed. In fact, she just got home from work.
I sure did.
So the first story is Sally Field and Remarkably Bright Creatures. As you know, and as our audience knows, this is coming to Netflix in May. So in about a month or less, actually. I think it's like 3 or 4 weeks.
They just started promoting it, yeah.
They just started promoting. They came out with a new trailer, so that's the news.
Oh, that's exciting.
I don't know. I didn't tell you. I don't know if you watched it. I think it's going to be a tearjerker. Yeah.
We like that. It's good. It's good for the heart. Good for the soul. And you've already explained to everybody what this is about a little bit. You know, much of the story. I don't.
Well,
really
I haven't
know
read the
much.
book.
Okay.
I haven't read the book.
Like no little plot synopsis.
Our
nothing?
daughter is going to maybe read the book.
Oh.
She has it, but she hasn't read it yet either.
She has it. That's
Maybe
good.
she'll lend it to us.
She's the pioneer in these things. Good for her. Love it.
Yes.
All right. Look forward to hearing about it.
Yeah, but it's about we know it's about a woman who has a troubled relationship with her son, or complicated in some way or form, and she works at an aquarium. She's like a janitor or something at an aquarium, and she like cleans the glass and everything. That's what you see in the trailer, at least.
Okay.
And the octopus is narrated by Alfred Molina, and he provides voice for Marcellus, who is a giant Pacific octopus. And so he's like the main character, and he makes, I guess, interesting observations about human behavior.
Cool.
So yeah, it should be good.
Excellent. We'll watch it.
Okay, so for our next story, we have octopuses find mates by taste by touch. So sensory. So
Yeah.
this was the Science magazine cover for April 2nd, and TONMO was credited on that magazine cover. I'll show it here.
Excellent.
Only credited because Dr. Roy Caldwell had given me high quality photos that I guess nobody else had a copy of, and so the photographer for the piece reached out to me and asked for permission, and of course I gave it. And he was kind to credit Roy Caldwell / TONMO on the credits, which was nice attribution.
Yeah.
I always like to get there. I have several books and many articles and publications for sure, but a lot of books that have cited TONMO in a few magazines and magazine covers. And Science Mag is very, very cool. So
That was exciting.
was happy to contribute in some small way because there's a spectacular photo of octopuses mating that Dr. Roy had taken, which is a nice honor to him. He passed earlier this year.
And as someone on the sidelines here, I know I've heard his name so often, that he was really an important part of your community for so long, and a distinguished scientist that deserves all that cool recognition, and you were able to really just give him that beautiful little,
Yeah, thanks. I'm just
So-
realizing too that you never met him. You went to many TONMO cons, but not to the one
Yeah.
that he had joined in Monterey Bay.
Very
You were at one of them in Monterey Bay, but he was at
The first one.
He was at a couple of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so that story you can find on TONMO. I'm not going to belabor all these stories. I'm going to try to go quick because we're going to do a reading for the TONMO community. Like I said, there's going to be a tarot reading at the end of this video.
A little oracled.
So lots of information about octopuses and how the neurons in their arms.
Yeah, the sensory comes from
Exactly. A lot of this stuff we actually already know, but there are some novel observations in that article, hence the cover. The next story is about the world's oldest octopus fossil isn't an octopus at all. Now, so Octobot picked up a lot of these news stories from our RSS feed. This fossil called Pulsipia mesonensis, if I say
That's
that
a
correctly.
mouthful. That's
It
a
is,
mouthful
thank
right
you.
there.
About 300 million years old. It held the Guinness Book of World Records as the earliest known octopus for many years. But synchrotron imaging. That's hard to say too.
Yeah.
A lot of these words in the octopus world are hard to pronounce. Synchrotron imaging found tiny teeth preserved inside the rock. So it's actually a relative of the modern Nautilus, not an octopus. At the end of the day, these are all cephalopods, so we're fine with that.
Yeah.
So the new implication here is that octopuses actually first appeared in the Jurassic, much later than thought. So that is big news, and that's why it was covered very extensively. Lots of fossil information on TONMO. Do come join us.
Yes.
Yeah, next one. And this is the last one, actually. This is the last story. So there's an article that is talking about, once again, are cephalopods the closest thing to alien intelligence? And we've heard this story many times. We've talked about it back in the late 2010s. The story was making some rounds, and I remember there was a lot of interest in whether cephalopods were aliens, and everybody laughed. This was before the Tic Tac gimbal UAP video, the New York Times coverage of that. There's a lot of things going on with UFOs and UAPs right now.
Yeah.
And at the time, before all that, and I've always kind of been interested in UFOs, so we'll save that for another time. We'll save that for another time. But I never really gave second thought to whether octopuses could possibly be aliens. It didn't make any sense. Well, now there are some actually interesting, looking back on that story today, who knows? What do we know? What do you know? What do you know? Tell me. Because I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, the article, explains that cephalopods evolved on a separate path from vertebrates for about 600 million years. We know about this. So there's always very mysterious. Why are their eyes so similar to ours? Do you know?
Yeah, there was one of the conferences that I attended. There was a whole lecture about, and I thought it was fascinating, about the eye of an octopus and how amazing, and just, we can't even, it makes no sense, but it does.
And I think you met this individual, philosopher Peter Godfrey-Smith, who is a big name in the cephalopod world. He was the person who kind of observed Atlantis and octopuses. He gave this is like octopuses living in groups, and he did a lot of scuba diving and observing their behaviors as they live in groups. So he had done a TONMO presentation at one point, but he's quoted in this article saying the closest we may get to meeting an alien mind. Their minds evolved on a totally separate path from ours, different consciousness, different kind of knowing, and so, speaking of minds that don't think like ours, I guess, we have minds and bodies and spirits.
Well, as you said, the consciousness. So deep awareness within them. They are, what is it that drives them in their behaviors and how they interact and how they become, so fascinating to people, is because they're not predictable, right? They show that they have an awareness that maybe, you are seeking to understand, and so are all the people that are drawn to that. And I did look up octopus as far as what it is as a spirit, guide, as an animal guide, because so many people love them. And going back to the little ones, and I work with kids, so there's something that pulls, and because they are fascinating creatures, and they do have connection to deep, very well established intelligence and intuition, it would seem, as well.
Yeah.
So they are spiritually very known for that. And think about, as the ocean is, there's so much going on in that ocean that just draws us all.
By the way, we are the founders of Deep Intuition, the company that supports SoulFinding and TONMO.
That's right.
Now ForumBot. I have a new product I launched just yesterday.
Yes.
For forums. But back to SoulFinding. Sorry.
A lot going on there.
Yes, a lot going on here.
Yeah, and so that was it. That was sort of our amalgamation of how we wanted to Tony was always into that cephalopod world, and for me it's always been spirituality. That's just kind of how I've rolled since going back into college. We're talking decades at this point. When we met, yes, which was a long time ago. We're working on our 4th decade together. We're in the third plus decade of being together. Yeah. So I was invited to give a reading.
Yes.
I'm excited about that.
So tell me a little bit about, and tell us, because the TONMO audience. So we're going to do a collaboration here. I guess both of our channels will be linked. but help our audience understand.
That's our dog Rosie, so
Yeah, she's coughing.
Don't mind her. She's just here to watch. She's our greatest fan in all our endeavors. So what I do is read, as someone who reads, I read the energy. I read the energy of what my intention is, which is for all of you guys in TONMO and anyone watching. This is a timeless reading. I just call in angels, spirits, guides, my higher self, and yours as well, who are interested, with your permission. You're going to take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't hold on to things that don't resonate with you. There will be a message of some sort for you. That's just kind of how this works, which is fascinating. It's all energy, just like any creature of the sea. Us here on planet Earth, we operate through energy, and so a very cool way of being able to connect into that energy and interpret it and understand it is through oracles. And the tarot is one of the most ancient mystical oracles that there are as far as receiving messages. And at one of Tony's conferences, this very cool deck was created, and I do have the author over there. I don't have it in front of me, but
we'll show full screen.
We'll put it up. And she just created this cool deck, and it's and every tarot deck is always going to be interpreted through the lens.
Sorry. Go ahead.
The lens of whoever creates it. There's the traditional Rider-Waite, which shows all the traditional images which represent. But I'm an intuitive reader, so I will work with those energies as well as those that I hear from spirit and from within me. I kind of just download, I hear things, and then I just kind of try to give them to you. So this is just going to be for timeless, for the collective, general reading. I'm just going to pull 5 cards, general energy right now. Guys, we are in some very cool times. We have 7 planets in the sky. It's called a stellium astrologically. Today is a new moon in Aries. Fire energy. Very, very action-oriented. You're going to feel energy of movements, and that's why, and the 7 planets. We have the sun, the moon, Saturn, Mercury, Mars, Neptune, which is spiritual and dreamy. Who did I miss? Did I say Mercury? There's 7, and also Chiron, the wounded healer. All right, that's just a quick thing, but there is a lot of energy going on right now. So my intention right now is just kind of give a message that would be of service to you guys and something that maybe helps you in your time as it is right now. So go ahead and think about what it is that you're looking to hear from, and thank you, Spirit. I'm going to just grab, I'm going for 5, and if I need clarifiers, I will grab those as well. Sometimes you get jumpers. They just kind of pop out of the deck. That's my favorite way to read. And sometimes I just kind of go with what I'm drawn toward. Because something cool I learned too about this, it's all vibrational, which is numerical, which is so cool. Math is part of the tarot and spirituality, just like it is across the board in all our energies here. So I'm going to need my readers in a minute. I don't know what's coming up yet, and I don't know these cards very well, although I've played with them, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful. I'll show you the images in a minute. So I have 3. Oops.
How many do you do?
I'm going to take 5.
5?
Yep, because the cards tell a story. What's really cool about cards is they kind of just build a story. A lot of times you can do past, present, future, incoming energy, past energy. I want current energy. I'm really just all about, past is great, but honestly, this is where we are now. We are in the present. And they're not necessarily predictive, they're prescriptive, but they might kind of give you the incoming of what to look out for, which is fun. All right, I'm gonna take my last one here and on the bottom and shuffle, just see what's on the bottom of the deck.
Very interesting.
All right, so on the bottom of the deck, I have the 2 of Swords. Interesting. Okay, oops, these are there. Again, I don't know these cards, so I'm playing with them just as you are. Okay, the star. Okay, I love the star. The star in the tarot is, it's a healing energy.
Before you begin, can I just make the point that there's a blue ring octopus on this. That's a blue ring.
Excellent.
H. lunulata.
So, very cool. The blue ring, I know that's a poisonous, very exotic, beautiful octopus. Leanna drew made a painting of that's in your office. I'm sure you guys may have seen it in
our daughter
Leanna. She's amazing. So the star is a healing energy. It shows very much a connection to, and it's major arcana. Healing energy, meaning like you're kind of pulling in something that is in the healing. You're in not that you have to retreat with healing, but that you are given what you need. It's within you. You are being offered this beautiful divine energy that is kind of flowing through you from the divine, from the cosmos, from spirit, from whoever you are, that you feel connected to, comes through this gorgeous card. It's one of my favorites. And again, the blue ring. And the blue ring being such a it's just a potent creature, right? It really, people talk about the poison element of it, right? I just called this morning. I had a reading about the alchemy of poison. The card was called, and I thought that was interesting. What does that mean? It means maybe there's perhaps something that you have experienced, dealt with, had difficulty with, and you were able to transform that difficulty into a poison, so to speak, to others. But it's not. It's protective. It just means, okay, I've alchemized this. My body has kind of changed it, moved it into a place where now it's protective for me. It's not that you want to offer poison to others. That is not it. It's that you have a defense now. You have a certain layer around you that will protect you if you need it. Like, it actually is, it's literally the way I think that this is created in a lot of these creatures. The venom within them is a direct result of protection from an environment that has that would come at them in a way that they need to process it and manage it for their safety. So there's healing energy here. The Five of Cups. Oh, the Five of Cups. Now check out this one. The Five of Cups.
Yeah, that's the flapjack octopus, the Dumbo octopus. I'll put the scientific names up when I edit this.
So the Five of Cups in the traditional tarot is it speaks to maybe some sorrow, and that speaks to what had happened, like having to leave behind some things, like but also kind of looking at the spilled cups. In the traditional, I believe there are 2 cups that are upright and 3 that have spilled, and this person is like, oh, but what about the ones that spilled? And again, to go back to the star, you let them go and you move on and you look at what you have and you look at what it's brought you. That's the medicine. That's the alchemy. That's the Chiron in the sky spirit of alchemy and transformation. It's there for you. It's not being done to you. It's there for you. It's within you, and you are using it to better yourself, manage yourself, going into the world forward. Which brings me, as I see this one, these are amazing. We have another major arcana, and this is the Emperor. Now, the Emperor, majestic, solid, grounded, in charge, in the best way. Not in the form, the lesser form, meaning bossy, totalitarian. But the Emperor in this, seeing what I see here, is showing the Emperor is the part of you that comes out stronger, ready to lead, ready to guide your own life in discipline, in courage, strength. That's the Emperor, and that's the part of your reading, which is beautiful. This is great. I love this. Okay, so this next card, the 4th card I have here telling this story, is 5 of Wands. This is so cool, guys. 2 5 cards. I saw some cards that were 5s again today. This is transition. We are in transition. 5 of Wands is about it's.
Sorry, really quickly.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, these are cuttlefish.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So 5 of Wands shows in the traditional, it shows someone that's being defensive, having to kind of ward off all the things around them in a defensive posture through their own effort. And this thread is saying, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. This energy, I'm hearing, like, you've done it. You've already done it. You have what you need inside of you. This is reinforcement to, you have everything you need. Life might have come at you a bit. You don't have to be, you don't have to feel like you are battling. You know, you're not battling, you're moving out of that. And you don't have to defend as much because you already have the medicine within you, the alchemy. That's what I'm getting as far as tying this together. And I'm gonna see if more comes in too, because I just want to see this last card, and then we'll just dive in a little more. Oh, Ace of Swords. Oh, beautiful. Okay, perfect. Ace of Swords. Sword. The ace is the beginning of the suits, and swords is the intellect. Okay, the intellect. So this is air energy. This is and again we have all this fire in the air of the sky, celestially, with all these planets in the stellium. This is a victory card. You have to really start trusting yourself, because everything that you've done to this point and the experiences you've had, the unique understanding of your life, and how you've had to kind of work within the four elements of this planet. You've had to work within other people's energies, your own energy, what the world is throwing at you, all the things coming together, shows an arc of like, it's not completion, it's like you're in process, but you've got what you need. You've got what you need, and you're held in so much love and support, and it's just going to keep going that way. But you have to choose it. You have to decide. I'm hearing like, this is where people can fall, like when you've had difficulties, this is your get up moment. Like, you're gonna have to realize you have more now than you did before in order to move forward in life. You've kind of like, if you're going through that spiral and you're kind of like at a higher level of the spiral, although you're behind, it might seem like you've fallen behind because you're kind of you're working with these energies again, but you haven't. You are moving towards something new. Let me see if I can get just one more thing from the Enchanted Map. I love this deck. It's from one of the teachers I worked with, Clarifier. Oh, and I got a jumper, and this one is, oh, I love this. Okay, the Wizard of Awareness. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to just say that is a clarifier to what we're talking about. The Wizard of Awareness is like, it's showing again, very much like the Emperor energy, the Ace of Swords, the Star. It's like you have this magic within you, this alchemy. You're able to. He's got his staff, which is the Wands energy. That's like the Five of Wands that we just talked about. It's sort of like if you ever were into Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, and their wands are so important because they are an extension of themselves. Your higher self is the extension of you that is holding everything that you need for you. You just need to call on that. Your higher self is your best and highest guide. I was taught that by my teacher, Sonia. We always look outside of ourselves. I want to tell you, I did too for a long time. Be like, oh, I need my guides, or I need this and I need that. We are extensions of source energy, and our higher self is holding that energy for us. And that's our highest guide, connected to source energy, connected to God, however you call it. And if you have, if you think Jesus is where it's at, or whatever religion you're a part of, that is connected, inseparable from your higher self. You are not separate.
Interesting. So, I thought the Wizard of Awareness was an interesting card, if only because this content is new for the cephalopod loving community, perhaps. I mean, there's crossover for sure. So yeah. I'm sure there are many. I know there are many from conferences. There were a lot of people people very interested in.
There's a lot of mysticism, when it comes to, like every spirit animal like that I've ever worked with, everything is so connected. I think when you start to it depends on what you're drawn toward, and if you're looking at things that are just on the peripheral a bit, like octopuses, for example, you're on the peripheral for a reason. That means you are pulling in a lot of energies that you are interested in, things that might not be in the seen realm or in the understood realm, and that is where the magic is, right? It comes in, giving you insights, giving you symbologies, things that remind you that you are so deeply loved and held, and that you matter on this planet, and that you are known, and that you are known by source energy and by God, source. I don't care what you call it. But that's who we are.
I think I think the members of the TONMO community, or call them cephalopod fans or whatever. There is you go to these conferences, we all have something very much in common. It's remarkable, right? You've been there. It's like, wow.
It's very cool. It's very cool.
Yeah, just the subject matter, but also just the thing that connects us is that wonderment of cephalopod consciousness, really. And we share the same planet with these amazing creatures.
Yeah, because they communicate in a very unique way that you actually have to use your own intuition in order to connect with them as well.
Yeah.
And so that's what we do. If you want to work with your own intuition in life, you just think about how you manage your own intuition understanding of how you would interact with an octopus, or what you see about it that you find so fascinating. That it really does. It's a good template to remind yourself that life is everything that we communicate is energy first. And so what you're reading is their energy, and then you're able to connect what they're doing, how they're interacting. It becomes it becomes a way of understanding a new language of sorts.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, also I hope you got something from it. This is really I encourage you, if you enjoy this kind of stuff, just check out an oracle of some sort, whatever it is, and maybe your octopus is your oracle or something that gives you signs and connectors to what you know is going on within you. This is very much like, you guys, there's a lot of healing here. Okay,
Yeah.
There's movement, healing, and transition out of something that was not easy, and that's that don't get pulled into any ideas that you are powerless to that, or that the world is going to tell you so, because you're not. We all contribute to the consciousness. Octopuses are contributing. Beautiful sea creatures, they all are. You know that we always hear about the vibration of what the ocean brings, and there is magic there, and we bring it too. We bring it when we appreciate it, and when we just kind of get a little curious about what's going on in there in that beautiful ocean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well said. As usual, if you like that, like and subscribe to SoulFinding. And if you like cephalopods, like and subscribe to this TONMO channel. I guess it's going to be both of our channels melded together. I don't know how that works.
I think we'll figure that out. We'll figure it out. And yeah, I'm going to be, as the school year winds down, I'm going to be being much more, I'm going to be more regular as far as putting out my my schedule.
Yes, our channels will remain separate, but
Yeah.
occasionally we'll do these crossover episodes because that's fun.
It's kind of fun.
Kind of fun. All right.
Kind of fun.
Well, it's Friday. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Bye.